just got their depth chart just got released, so that's what I was waiting on. Got it.
FIU head coach Mike MacIntyre.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Our world traveler here, our man Walter. I'm doing good. Super. All right. So I'll just I'm excited about our season starting. We've been practicing for a while. I think it's fun to play on 0 week. I do. There's, I think, only 10 teams in the country playing, so we're one of the 10. So that's exciting for our guys, and a national televised game against a good opponent that we had a exciting game with last year that I know they're wanting to have a little revenge on for sure, I would imagine. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, a good crowd. They've got a nice not new stadium, but their stadium, they've kind of refurbished it, built a nice end zone complex. It looks gorgeous. I've been there before. I look forward to seeing what that looks like. And Coach he's done a great job there. Coach has, and Coach Gumby, and it's just been a good deal. So I'm excited about what they're doing. So go from there. Yeah, Grayson's done well through camp, and we're excited about Grayson getting out there and going. And Hayden's done well, Keywan's done well. They've had a good camp, and we're excited about Grayson getting out there and going.
Do you have a package like for Hayden, or are you just gonna? How are you gonna handle that?
No, we all of them. They can all run the offense. There's not a situation where they have one has a package or has it not. But they all know how to run the entire offense. So some of them have. Everybody has different strengths, right? But they all can run the entire offense, and we're excited about seeing how they do.
Louisiana Tech, I mean, that offense is they got the quarterback from Boise State. You talk about how explosive they are on that side of the ball.
Yes, he's an excellent quarterback, Hank. I remember Hank coming out of high school a while back, and he can make all the throws, and he had some phenomenal games at Boise State. And it was interesting that he had left there, and but that's the way I guess the world is now with all the transfer stuff, and because he's a West Coast guy, and grew up in California playing ball and doing all that. So he's an excellent player. It can be interesting to see how. Of course, we looked at Boise State film, the way they used him there, and they know what they're doing offensively, and at Louisiana Tech, and they're very explosive. And they got a lot of explosive players, a lot of explosive receivers, tight ends that can run, wide receivers that can fly. And then anytime they get the ball to Smoke, he's dangerous. So then running backs are good. They've run the ball well. So and they got their entire offensive line back. So I guess they went out and found them a quarterback they felt they would fit into what they were doing, and that young man could play on a lot of football teams, and he's a very good player.
You mentioned Smoke Harris. I mean, can you talk about the stress? What kind of stress does he put on your defense, but also on your special teams?
Oh, he puts stress everywhere. I mean, he's just a playmaker, and he can make a play on any time. You kick it off to him, he's going to bring it out. You punt it to him, he's going to catch it and try to make people miss. They throw the ball to him out of the backfield. They send him down the field running routes. He's electric, and when he gets the ball in his hands, he can make anybody miss. So you're always wanting to know where number 6 is. There's no doubt about it.
When you look at the running back core, obviously their starter is out for week 0. How does that kind of change the game plan?
It doesn't change their game plan at all. They played 2 or 3 running backs last year. I know they have a transfer running back in, and then the young man last year played well against us. Jarvis Thornton, he's a good player. Number 22, he's played a lot of football. He's an excellent player, he made a lot of good runs on us last year. I don't think they'll change much but of course when you lose your starter, he's an excellent player. Makes a difference for them, but they have good backups that have played a lot of football. They play running backs a little bit by committee as the season went last year, so they have good experience there.
Last year was kind of a shootout.
Yeah.
Guys, do you kind of expect that committee to be the same type of
You never know, but they do have an explosive offense, and so they were able to score some points. Our game last year was kind of, I think at the regulation, what was it, 27-27 or something like that, and then overtime was 42-34 or something to that effect, I believe. And so without the overtime, it wasn't a super high-scoring game, but I thought both offenses had explosive plays in it. They've got explosive playmakers.
Defensively, I read that they brought in 12 transfers just on that side of the ball. So talk about, that's entirely new team potentially.
Right. Right, there are. They brought in some transfers that I imagine are filling in some good roles for them. And they, last year I thought their D line was really good. They had some corners that could really cover, and they had a safety number 4 that flew all over the place making plays. So I thought they were, they had a linebacker number 9 that was a really good player for them. But yeah, with the transfers coming in, we'll see. We'll kind of get a feel for it as the beginning of the game starts, the first quarter, to kind of see where everybody is, and then. But they have a good scheme, and I imagine they'll do a very similar scheme they've been doing.
When it comes to your running backs, obviously you guys don't have flex this year.
Mm-hmm.
Shamari, kind of these
Yeah.
couple of guys. Do you kind of have a starter on that end?
We'll roll those guys in, and especially this time of the year, you're going to have to play a few running backs, different things. But we feel good about 3 or 4 of them being able to do everything we want them to do. So we'll see how that goes, but we'll be rolling those guys in and out for sure. And they also play special teams and different things like that, and so they'll fill some roles there. But yeah, we do miss flex, not only for the player but the leader. But he's been around all the time, and so his leadership role is there. But we're excited about the running backs that we have playing.
Coach, Louisiana Tech's rush defense has been consistently good, limiting FIU to only 57 yards last season. I get that both teams have changed in that regard, but how do you plan on countering their rush defense?
Yeah, they did a good job last year on the rush defense. They played a little bit different front in our game than they did some other games. So I imagine we'll see that front they played some last year. So we're kind of preparing for a couple of different fronts. And they've have aggressive linebackers, and they were stout on the defensive front. Number 5 for them is an excellent football player, Deshaun Hall. He wreaked havoc on us, did a lot of good things last year in the game. I was impressed. Hugh Davis made a lot of plays. Really physical 2 guys on their football team. The other guys are physical, but I think I believe Deshaun was a first-team all-conference player for us. He's a really good football player.
Coach, it's a bit strange to begin the season against a conference opponent, but how impactful do you think it'll be for FIU to play against a conference opponent in the beginning of the season in preparation for the latter end?
Yeah, I think it's exciting for us. Just the fact that we're going to be able to play on national television and play a good opponent at their place. It's going to be an excellent crowd and a lot of excitement. So it's a lot of fun. You always want to play the best you can play and keep going. So that's our kids are excited about going and doing that, and it'll be a good atmosphere in Ruston for sure.
And speaking of the national televised game, are there any nerves at all in the locker room based on that, or is everyone just locked in?
They should be locked and loaded, but there's always nerves. And the first game, there's more nerves than any of the games, just the anticipation, the excitement. And then, both teams are going to be playing new guys at different spots, so I'm pretty sure the newer guys will be a little bit more nervous. But once the game gets going, it all settles in. So it should be an exciting atmosphere for us to play in.
I'm gonna ask you about one of the guys maybe who's a little bit quietly become a starter, moved to the top of the depth chart, Kaya Wright. Talk about his progress.
Yeah, Kaya's made a lot of progress. Kaya's bigger and stronger than he was last year. He's he's an excellent outside linebacker. He can rush, he can drop. He's 228 pounds and 6'3" and long and lanky and, able to pass rush, able to do some different things. So I've been very pleased with Kaya and what he's done. He's really improved from last year just in his overall body makeup. He weighed about 200 when he got here. Now he's played on about 28 pounds, and so he really looks good.
Same thing with the 2 safeties that you brought in, Evans and Paul.
Yes, Evans and Paul have played really well this fall camp, and look forward to watching them fly around and make plays. And CJ's back that played our first 4 games last year, so we have him, and then we have Deverick Daniels who played a lot the last half of the year. So we feel like all those guys can make a lot of plays for us at the safety spot.
How do you think your defense feels in the 3-4? The year under you guys now have this.
Yeah, I feel like they feel good about it. We got better as the year went along last year and did some good things, and we feel more comfortable there. We're bigger up front, depth-wise, size and more depth up front, which is a key factor in being good on defense, how good your front is, especially when you replace them because they can't play every snap. So I feel good about that. And then our linebackers, especially with Donovan back, he really understands the scheme. And he kind of was learning the scheme as the season went along last year, and now he's set right in there and he looks really good. He's playing really well.
How was the first night event last night? The atmosphere?
Oh,
of all the students
great.
there?
The first night event was excellent. I think there was close to 4,000, 5,000 students there. It was exciting. For some reason, they wouldn't let me enter the step show. I was trying to get in the Stomp Step show, but they wouldn't let me get in. I guess they thought I might win, but they didn't let me get in. That was the only disappointing thing. They were still stomping and stepping when I was leaving here like at 9 o'clock last night, so they were enjoying their time. But I wanted to be in that, and they wouldn't let. Why wouldn't they let me in it? I guess age limit, or I don't know. Couldn't have been the talent. I mean, I could have handled it, I think. Sonny Cumbie, the coach there, he's an offensive mind. I didn't say that enough. He's been an offensive guru everywhere he's been, and they were putting up points last year, and him with Hank at quarterback, I know they're excited about doing that. So we've got our work cut out trying to stop his offense, and like Walter said, they got 12 new transfers on defense. So it'll be an exciting night, but Sonny's a heck of an offensive coach and has done a good job with that for years. So, okay. All right, thank you.
Now, we talked about they've got 12 transfer guys, they brought in experienced players. What was it like for your film studies? Is it just entirely new team?
They're bringing back 2 guys we know for sure, 5 and 9. Other than that, all across the board is pretty much wide open. It's hard to say for sure, but as preparation goes, watching the film, we know they have the same DC, so schematically we can, expect whatnot, just looking from films and maybe previous teams, whatever, kind of getting a better grasp on the defensive side as a whole other than just, preparing for one certain person here or there, you know what I mean?
What's it like for you on the offensive line? Because you've been, is this like your 6th year now?
My 6th year, yeah.
So I'm assuming you're taking a leadership role to teach the younger guys. What's that like to have that on your shoulders?
Honestly, it's a role I feel like I've kind of ran with. Like for a while now, there have been, as you said, it's my 6th year. I've been around the block with, another school and here for a while. I've seen O-line leaders, 4 or 5 throughout my time that I would definitively say they're leaders, and I try to mimic them for a sense. Like there were guys when I was younger, a guy named Brad that I really looked up to, just kind of finding that nice balance in between, firm, like do I have to be your friend, do I have to be, do I have to give you a little motivation here or there, just finding each individual O-lineman's needs, teammates' needs, and kind of catering to them to, get the best possible outcome.
When you line up, are you on the left side?
Right side, right guard.
Still, does the sun hit you when you're next to Travis Burke, or does what's it like playing?
And he's tall, and yeah, he is huge. But no, he's gonna be great for us. It's gonna be great for us.
Talk about who do you think is the most improved guy on the line, or just talk about some of your teammates on that unit?
Most improved guy. Honestly, I'd have to give it to John Bach. John was a pivotal part of last year, and he was a great O-lineman for us. And that's not saying anything bad about what he did last year, but I feel like for this year, I feel like he's really stepped it up. Like even now, like me and him are roommates. Like he might come to me with a football question, 8:30 at night, knock on the room, like hey, peace. What do you think about this? Or like, what if they bring that there? You know what I mean? Like very football-oriented guy, great football mind, and I think as the years progress, he'll just be a bigger part of what goes on here.
What growth have you seen out of Grayson from last year?
The confidence is, I feel like, is like the number one thing. I think the talent has always been there, but I feel like Grayson's been more vocal, more confident. Just hanging out with the guys, being that personality, it's been great.
Throughout camp, obviously, we saw you kind of step up that leadership role. Just, how would you say it, assess the group, just the way you led them through camp?
Obviously we lost, I think 3 or 4 different guys to the transfer portal after spring, maybe a little bit before here and there. But the guys' response couldn't be any better. Honestly, it's been, it's more of like we just, instead of going apart, we got closer. You know what I mean? So just as a whole, I feel like we've grown and became closer as a unit, and I think that makes us stronger than last year.
Is start time Saturday a little later than
I'm excited for it, honestly. For me, all the people that watch back home, they're probably night owls anyway, and I'm excited to go out there no matter what time of day, as of my teammates too. So it could be 3 a.m. for all I care. I'm ready to go.
Anything else, guys? Thanks, Jake.
All right, thank you guys.
Killed it. You killed it.
Oh, okay, Pepe.
Thank you.
Donovan, what's your film study say about this Louisiana Tech? Their offense seems like a really good one.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good offense. Most of the guys are returning from last year, so that's a good thing. They do got a new quarterback, but he kind of has to fit into their system. I don't think they'll change the whole system for him. But the objective, we got to get 6 on the ground. We know he's gonna make plays. He has the ability to make a lot of guys miss and make plays in space. They want to get him the ball in space. So we tackle well and continue to work on learning the tendencies that they have. We'll be fine.
Obviously, running back Marquise Crosby's out. You guys had people with him last season.
Mhm.
The adjustment for you, obviously. Coach Mack didn't set there's no real change to the game plan. Obviously, you guys had to see other running backs out.
Yeah, it's not really a big change in the game plan because their running back is hurt. But they had a couple good running backs that we played against last year. 22 is a really good running back. I don't know who else they have on the depth chart. All I knew was 33 and 22. But I don't think it'll be a big issue that he's not playing.
I guess play national TV.
Mhm.
Week 0.
Yeah.
Against a conference opponent, just kind of feelings on that.
I'm super excited. We get to set the tone for the rest of the season. Let the world know we can create the narrative that we want for the season. So it's a great way to set the tone.
You mentioned Smoke Harris. He's a wide receiver, you're a linebacker, but is this with him, maybe bubble screens and things of that nature? Is he a guy that's going to have to gang tackle? The whole team's got to be aware of him?
Yeah, and playing defense, you don't want to see one-on-one tackles, right? If you see one-on-one tackles, that means the defense is not really in pursuit. So I take pride in telling the team, I don't want to see any one-on-one tackles, right? It's a relentless pursuit to the football. So the more people we have at the ball, the better we are as a defense. Good. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Don.
Great job. Grayson James, quarterback.
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Hey, Grayson, talk about Coach said you're the starter. I guess it wasn't really much of a doubt of that, but talk about the battle and Hayden and the freshman Jenkins. What was that like the fall?
It was a really good one. Obviously, we're all able to push each other. I mean, day in and day out, we have talented guys in our room. We're all real tight-knit as well. So, I mean, just be able to go out there and battle with your friends every day, just be able to push each other to get better. It was a fun one. Obviously, I'm happy with the outcome, and it's something that I've worked for, and I feel like I've earned it. So I'm looking forward to being able to light it up this weekend.
Same thing I was asking Jake. When they bring in 12 guys from the transfer portal, that's almost unheard of. What's that been like in your film study? Are you able to get individual cut-ups of those guys in other places? What are you expecting from this team? It seems like it's totally new.
We're expecting a lot of the similar things thematically, obviously with the same DC coming back. But also just having those new guys, there is a lot of questions up in the air. But, we're just taking the approach that we're just watching film with things they were able to do last year, expecting some new things. They obviously had some things that worked for them against us last year in the run game as well. But I know we'll be able to be ready for whatever they bring for us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Same thing I was asking was the 9 o'clock start. It's first game, so you're going to be antsy on its own.
Yeah.
Is that the type of thing where you're going to have to sort of talk to yourself, calm yourself down, and level out because you're going to be so excited?
No, yeah, it's definitely going to be an odd experience, especially since we practice in the morning most of the times. But yeah, the nerves will probably be there, especially obviously game one, especially everybody I know will be excited. But at the end of the day, it's just football. Fun to be able to play on TV, have some family there as well. So, I'm looking forward to it. I know the rest of the team will be, and I know once the game gets going, everybody's nerves will be calmed down.
How far a drive is that for your folks in Texas?
4 hours. So, yeah, got some people making the trip. It's not too bad, yeah.
Obviously, last time you guys played, these guys had different targets with
Mhm.
Tyrese, the flex there. Just how different, with the changes now, new targets, just how do you feel with those guys out there?
We've had a lot of people had to have to step up, and I feel like they've definitely done that. I'm excited for everyone to see kind of what we have in the stable. We've got some young guys that there are opportunities now for them to be able to make plays. I'm excited for that. We got dudes all over the field. Obviously, losing Flex hurts us, but you also still have the leadership, and we got a lot of guys in the backfield with Shamari, AP, and KJ as well that we trust a lot, and I know they'll go and make plays for us.
Obviously, you mentioned it's the same DC, but just kind of what you know, what's the biggest thing you noticed during your film studies from a long time?
I would say, I mean, they're going to test us. I don't think they're really afraid of anybody. I mean, they went against multiple Power 5 opponents last year, and they tested them outside, and they did the same thing against us. So I don't expect that to change. I know they're going to challenge us run games, especially how last year went. But I know whatever they bring to the table, we'll be able to attack it and be able to have fun on Saturday.
Grayson, I know you probably worked on a lot of things, but what was the focus of your offseason? Was it maybe working on the deep ball, getting stronger? What you had to say one or two things that you worked on the most that you really want to focus on?
I think for me it was consistency and details a lot with my feet, just because I feel like especially our completion percentage or my completion percentage last year wasn't where I wanted it to be or what I know I'm capable of. So that's something that I've been focusing on, just being consistent, just being able to get the ball to our playmakers in space especially and get it to where they can catch the ball and run. That's a big deal. That's a lot about accuracy. It's not just getting the ball to them, but just in a position where they can get yards after the catch. And then also just being that consistent vocal leader for our team with a lot of guys leaving. Somebody just had to be able to take that place, especially for the offense. So that's something I've been working on. And I feel like I've been able to do that and been able to get the guys going whenever we need to.
Where would you like your completion percentage to be?
I think my personal goal every week is to be at 70%. So that's what I'm shooting for.
How big is it for you to have focus on the offense?
I think that's definitely a big deal. I mean, that camaraderie up front that Peace had talked about earlier, I think that's a big deal. But, yeah, just consistently having those same 5 guys, they have to have the same chemistry almost as me and myself and the receivers do. So I'd say that's definitely a big deal and nice to be able to have all 5 of them.
Grayson, I asked this as a coach earlier, but it's been unusual to play a conference opponent out the gate. How important do you think this will be for the latter end of the season when you take on more and more conference opponents?
Personally, I like that we're opening up with a conference opponent, just kind of the high stakes off the rips, just be able to get the season going with a bang, and obviously just be able to set the tone, let everybody know what we're about this year. It's a good opportunity, especially against an opponent where we had a good game last year. I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is as well. So personally, I'm excited that we're opening up with a CUSA opponent.
Just in general, do you expect another high-scoring offensive game on both sides, or do you think it's going to be a little different this time?
I mean, I know their offense is good, but so is ours. So, I mean, whatever it takes. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about who puts up the most points. I know we're going to come out swinging. So, I mean, I'm excited. I know we'll be able to make big plays. And at the end of the day, we just got to be able to put more points up than they do.
Thoughts on the Vice unis?
Love them. My roommate's Mr. Vice, so that's my guy, Dean. So you got to be able to hype that up. But I know I'm excited for him. The whole team is. I know the fans are excited. Best unis in college football. You heard it here first.
Dean Patterson is Mr. Vice.
Yes, sir.
Why is he Mr. Vice?
You didn't see him in the Lambo? Yeah. No, that's the guy, though. No, but yeah, he was our guy for the uniform reveal, and yeah, he got us all hyped up. So yeah, Mr. Vice. When you see him call him that, I know he'll love it.
Thanks, Grayson.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good one.